Good evening. My name's Alan, and on behalf of my co-host Wistancia and the crew of the show and the staff of KCTV, I'd like to welcome you again to another interesting and wonderful show of Bridging Heaven and Earth. Tonight's show is it's a really powerful show, I think. It's to do with relationships between people, relationships between people and God. I guess the crux of it this week is that there was a wedding of one of our guests and one of our crew members, and the other two guests, we have three guests tonight, were participants and singers and dancers at the wedding, and Wistancia was, I never could figure out exactly what, I guess the priest or the one who married them. The minister is what it was, and so we have some clips of that, the actual wedding that took place outside about a week or so ago. So it should be a really wonderful show. So stay tuned and just keep your eyes peeled, because I think that there are a lot of beautiful things happening tonight. So as we usually do at this time, we have Wistancia lead us in an invocation and then a short meditation, and so that should be wonderful too. So Wistancia.
Good evening. So we begin this night with an invocation to the love and to the light within us and all around us, and the higher realms and all the divine beings, the angels and the masters who work with us and love us and take care of us, calling the energies into us, into our hearts, inside of us. And we call to our own higher selves, that divine part of us, the I Am Presence, the inner Christ, and we ask to be in union with our Creator. For let this night be an invocation for union, the union between form and formless, the union between heaven and earth, divine and human, the union of all the kingdoms, animal and plant, angel and elemental, and the human kingdom. And let this night maybe just open us one more step, requesting of Father, Mother, God, the union with each of our hearts with the one great heart of all, a union with all that we have ever been, all that we are becoming, all that we are now, a union with our past, with our future, and with our wonderful present. And we ask now just to come into that quality of sacredness, calling for sacred space, invoking that feeling in the heart of wanting union, of asking for initiation, for the unity consciousness that is taking us into this time of radiance, of ascension, of transformation. And so maybe together we can all just take a deep breath and call in the light, breathe in the light. Just by our intention, which is so powerful, we can just call the love into us and close our eyes together and just rest. And let any healing that needs to take place this night, let it take place now. Thank you. And maybe we can just ground ourselves a little bit and just send our light, our love down into the body of the earth, asking for union with her body, and send our love, direct our love out through our hands, through our eyes, and through the top of our heads into the heavens, asking for union, to be the bridge between heaven and earth. And so we are going to have, as Alan said, a series of clips tonight, because we had a sacred wedding ceremony that took place, and I was really grateful to be part of it. And we have several little clips that we will show about the wedding, and just lots of beautiful words and ceremony and song and dance. And so maybe if we're ready, we can start with the first clip. And on this day we have an opportunity to each marry that knowledge, that wisdom, and that purity within us as we join with MiraEl and Joleth in celebration of their sacred marriage ceremony, commemorating their love and union with Source, with Earth, with divine beings, with the I Am presence, with the oneness of all life, and especially today with each other. This day is an expression of unity and relationship on many levels, and for all of us. It is an opportunity for acceleration, commitment, deep love, transformation, and opening of the heart for guests as well as those who are entering into the sanctity of marriage union. It is a day honoring our relationship to all that is, our relationship with ourselves as children of Source, our divine relationships with the masters and the angels, our relationship with the oneness of all life within ourselves and each other. And today we honor the relationship of MiraEl and Joleth.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful clip, and we have other clips like that. We have, I guess, it takes us right through the ceremony. So they're going to cue up the second clip, and then we're going to bring the guests out, and we're going to have some dancing, and we have butterflies all over the set. It's going to be quite a night. So I was privileged to be at the wedding too. I was shooting some film, which you won't see tonight because I guess it wasn't as good as the film that our director shot, Michael Martin, and you'll see it. He's the one who did all the clips of the video that you'll see tonight, and my clips are in my house, so if anybody wants to see those. I was just taking another angle, but so we're going to cue that up, and then I guess we'll take you through basically the whole wedding till, the I do's. It should be a wonderful experience for everybody. And let me ask Wistancia a question. How did it feel to be the minister or the rabbi? I never could.
Well, actually, I was ordained as a minister of light and healing by the Council of Light, and it felt truly wonderful. It's a very non-traditional wedding, as you'll see. It's very non-traditional, and but it's real. It's authentic. It's just a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. And actually, I never really thought this was going to happen to me. So we're ready for the second clip. Let's go right into it now. I request a blessing for this marriage. Let it become an outer expression of the sacred marriage of divine feminine and divine masculine within each one of us. Let this union signify the linking of all that is physical with all that is spiritual, all that is heaven with all that is earth, the human and the divine within us all. May this brother and this sister be joined as a son of God and as a daughter of God. So, welcome back. And we have sitting with us, we have MiraEl.
The bride, if you haven't put the two together.
Right, and we have the cameraman that's on her tonight is her husband, Joleth. I wish we could get a shot of him, but I don't know how to do that, so we'll just cancel that. Anyway, it's really a beautiful romantic story that he's focused on her, as he's always focused on her. Anyway, maybe you could just talk to us a little bit about your feelings about that ceremony and just your feelings about sacred relationships.
The wedding ceremony is something that we wanted to do as a shared ceremony. First of all, we wanted it to be sacred, and not that all marriages aren't sacred, because I believe they are, and whatever anyone chooses to do, it's going to be sacred. But our primary focus was to have God as the focus of our wedding, and that we would come together forming almost like a trinity, the two of us with God as the central point. And so I wanted someone to officiate at that wedding who had the same feelings, that's why I chose you. And we also wanted to share that with our loved ones, with our guests, that they could experience the transformation that takes place whenever you invite spirit into your life, whenever you share your life with the light, and when you're dedicated to the light and to that purpose. So that was the purpose for our wedding, being the way we had it. We thought of the idea of having our guests sit in a circle around us so that we could have a feeling of intimacy in a shared experience. And so we tried that, and it was very beautiful.
Did you talk to any of the guests at the wedding afterwards? Because a lot of them came up to me and told me that they felt like they all got married, like they got married to a part of themselves, and they got married to each other, and we had the gold ribbon around, creating the band and everything.
But none of us try to move into your house.
Right, but no.
Not yet.
Right,
no.
right.
Yeah, everybody had an experience, a special experience. Each one's was individual. Actually, I've had 2 or 3 people tell me that they experienced a healing during the ceremony. And everybody had...
Of something specific?
I think of their emotional nature, an opening of the heart center, because it was a real opening of the heart center. The energy there, the love that was poured forth, everybody there just opened up their hearts and poured forth love. And sitting in the circle as we were, every time I looked at someone, I could just feel these waves of love come in. And I think that that's what everybody was sharing. And it felt safe. It felt sacred, and it felt really safe, so that people felt that they could be in a safe place and open up their hearts and just receive, and also to give. I think it was a receiving and giving for most people. Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about how you came to come into this relationship with Joleth, what you define as sacred relationship with, how you keep that alive, how you keep that going? Are there things that you do every day together? Do you meditate together? What is it how do you act this out? How do you keep this alive like that?
First of all, I would say to keep it alive, you need to be able to be sensitive to the guidance of spirit, and to allow that to change on a daily basis, so that, the idea and the commitment might be there to meditate every day, or to spend some time in recognition of God in your life. But that might change from day to day. One day it might be in meditation, another day it might be a walk on the beach. But mostly, my experience in this relationship is just living moment to moment, consciously.
Which is a good idea whether you're in a relationship or not.
Right.
Did you ever think that you were going to actually ever be like on TV talking about sacred relationships?
No, because I didn't think I was going to have another romantic relationship.
You had been married before.
I had
It
been
wasn't
married
what you would call a
before.
sacred,
No.
in the sense you're talking about now.
Years ago, I was married before, and for a lot of reasons that a lot of us got married when we were young. I don't even remember now what the expectations were, but the dedication, the life purpose wasn't there. And I think that's what makes a sacred relationship. And when I met my husband, I didn't even want another relationship. I was very happy being alone, being single, doing what I do. And I didn't want any what I call distractions in my life.
And there he was.
Relationships can be distracting, Right. And but I had someone come into my life that was on the same path and had the same goals. I think whatever your goals are, if they're a shared goal, if your goals are the same, like I say, our path was identical, and I feel that that we were brought together, to increase our light, because I feel that when two people share the light, then that light can expand and accelerate a much greater purpose than just one person can do.
Like 1 and 1 is 11 more than 1 and 1
Exactly.
It just increases the...
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And in a week and a half, have you found that to be the case?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a newlywed, but yeah, that's true. And we do try to, meditate every day, or to, we're busy, we both have jobs, and we have really busy lives, but we try to make sure that we're aware of the focus of our life.
I've seen the two of you together. I mean, we know each other really well, and I think that it's real special. You have something that's really special. I don't think everyone's experienced that kind of a relationship. I think people are working at it. And I think personally, I feel like it's because you are already having a relationship in the sense with angels, relationships with the earth, there's so many relationships that we all can have, and that you were just ready to see the divine in a human, and you were maybe asking for that, and
Were
you
you
just got
asking
another
for
gift.
that?
Were you?
And was that like any kind of prayer or a loneliness or a
No, I
incomplete
didn't
enough?
feel incomplete. In fact, as a matter of fact, I think that...
Don't tell me you feel more incomplete. That would be good.
No, I think it's really necessary to feel complete as a person before, to feel whole, before you can attract to you, that other person. I think that's very important. I don't think that looking for someone else to fill a needy spot is the answer. And I think we have something special too, of course. And also, we're grateful. I mean, every day we give thanks. We don't ever take anything for granted. And as you'll see with the vows, when we talk about honoring each other, I think we should do that with all our relationships, with everyone in our life.
With our pets.
But it's
with
easy
everyone.
when you're living with someone, to
Would you
slip
say
into
that you have to have that feeling of honoring yourself in the sense of like that God part of yourself before you can even think about it? I mean, not think about it, but you can, before you can really have the experience of honoring someone else, you have to have had that surrender, or that, however you would look at it.
That's really a good way of putting it, because we were just talking the other day, and it seems to me like you really have to love yourself before you can love another. You have to accept yourself and accept the being that you are and your wonderful nature, and honor that before you can have the space to open up to someone else and to offer that. It's in the offering that you receive. I mean, that sounds like a platitude, but that's the way it is.
Well, I can see that. I can see that mirrored in both of you. I don't see a neediness. And I know that when I first got married, I just want, part of me just wanted to be married, and part of me felt like I would be left out. There was a lot of fear. There was a lot of just, maybe youth or insecurity or something in there. I didn't even know who I was. And you've been running the angel meetings, for years at your house, and it's like everything that you ever have talked about in these meetings was recognition of who we are, who and what we are. And so you knew that,
Knowing yourself.
You're working on that.
Knowing yourself is the key to everything.
Can you help people be familiar what the angel meetings are? Because I know you two are familiar, and I've been to a few.
Yeah, we're going to get.
Okay, well, do you want to do that later? Because we do have a clip now that of Earthstar at dancing at the wedding, and we could play that now. Is that queued up? Okay, we're ready to go. So let's go to that, and then we'll introduce Richard and Earthstar. So let's see the clip.
welcome back. That was exquisite dancing and exquisite camera work. It was amazing. Actually, we just had an angel come and visit us during the wedding and dance all over the place. So I'm sitting here with Richard and Earthstar, and Earthstar was the dancer that you saw, and Richard, they're partners, and they have also a sacred relationship. And they also have a really incredible company called Enchantment Wear, and we are all showing some of the enchanting clothes and rainbows that they design. It's real beautiful. And anyway, and he's also a musician, and you'll see him in the other clip that's coming up in about 2 or 3 seconds. So, how do you feel? How's everything going?
Feels pretty good.
Yeah. Whenever we're ready, we can start this next clip, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of time. So maybe you can do a little talking about what it felt like. Can you talk about what it felt like to be moving through that crowd on that wedding day?
It was really beautiful. It was just like, it was amazing. They put the special effects on me dancing, and it made me look the way I felt. Because that's how it felt.
Yeah.
But I've never, it looked that way with the way the effects were all blending together and merging with the music and the whole feeling there that day. It was just really beautiful.
Yeah, it was really blissful energy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you were singing, and then there were 2 others that were sitting with you, I glanced over, and the 3 of you looked like really sisters and brothers. You had the same face, the same look, you know. It was really beautiful, and also looked totally ageless, like could have been a group of 8-year-olds sitting and singing.
Right. It was very spontaneous too. I mean, we didn't really know what we were doing. It was we just let it happen, you know. And it was an incredible feeling, you know, playing with Oceana and Abigail like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just completely a new thing, you know.
It was kind of a new thing for all of us, wasn't it? My first time doing a wedding, their first time having a sacred relationship.
Initiation.
Yeah, it was. It was the beginning. So let's go to the clip now. If we're ready, are we ready?
What is this, Richard and Oceana singing?
Right. listen back, and what good advice to be still and listen to our heart, to ourselves, and to our friends. So maybe you can talk to us a little bit about your sacred relationship, what you've learned about relationships, what it is that, what are your vows? I know that you were telling me a little bit about the other day of your intention with this relationship.
Well, first of all, I never would have expected to have a sacred relationship. I never thought such a thing was possible, because, there's so many changes that are going on, in day-to-day life and within ourselves, different phases that we go through, that people always go in different directions after a while, and that was always my experience. Where you'd be with someone for a while and you would learn what you need to learn, and they would learn what they needed to learn, and then you try and hang on to it, but really it was time to go off, either in different directions.
I mean, you experienced it almost like karmic relationships where you had things to work out and then struggle.
I think it was like that. Yeah.
And with Earthstar, it's different.
And it seems to be really different. And
How long have you been together?
3.5 years. And it's definitely, I never thought it would be possible to have a relationship where you could have complete harmony all the time.
There's no friction?
We never have.
She laughed and you said never. I don't know. No way.
One time.
She'll tell you a funny story.
You get one time.
Well,
One time in 3.5 years
one
is
of the
pretty
things
good.
I do is I cut hair. And I have 2 pairs of special hair scissors. And one day, I caught Richard cutting his jeans, shorts, trimming the threads with them. And I got so mad. I was just like really mad, right? And he was so adorable when I got mad that I forgot why I was mad, what I was mad about, and whatever made me mad. And I forgot for 6 months. Until 6 months later, it was just like, we turned into just kissing and just blissing out. Right? And then I found the hair scissors 6 months later in my drawer, and I went, oh, that's why I was mad. And I remembered why I was mad. That's really the only time I ever got mad. And it was kind of like, it was almost cute in a way. Like I got mad, and then it was just like, it didn't matter, because it was like, just stupid pair of hair scissors. What's the point of being really mad?
I think you're allowed one time to do that. But how do you keep it going? I mean, what do you do? What are your secrets?
Well, I know for me it's a real day-to-day thing, and what it seems to be when I wake up and I look at Earthstar and it's like there's this respect there, which I feel, and I always try and recognize that. Like when we first met.
You'd had relationships before. Somebody said you'd been married twice before.
Yeah.
And you didn't feel that when you woke up with these other people, or you didn't after a while, or what was the difference?
It was just different.
It was different. It was different
really
from the
different.
beginning, from the first day, would you say?
Even from the beginning, yeah. I mean, I wasn't living such a conscious lifestyle then. I've really worked on myself in the last 5 or 6 years to become more conscious of my actions and my thoughts, and how I am with people generally, And in a relationship, you specifically, you really have to watch. You have to be aware of your thoughts and what you're saying.
Also,
and not taking what's the word?
People for
For
granted.
granted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what happens a lot of the time. Is you get used to being with someone, and it's like that. But with our relationship,
Is there anything you do? Is there any tool or anything you do to keep that appreciation?
Well, one thing that what I've experienced is we're usually all in karmic relationships with everyone, and you're always working out karma and stuff, and I see all this going on around me all the time, and I came just through my realization and through what I read and studied is that you can either live in a karmic relationship with everyone in the world and deal with that, or you can bless all your relationships in divine grace. And when you call that forth and really feel it in yourself and do it as a conscious thing, and you can't forget, and you can't just take it for granted you've done it once, now you're always in divine grace. And it's like daily or weekly or whenever you remember, call forth that divine grace and bless your relationship, your primary relationship, then you can extend that to the whole world. Then you enter a state of divine grace, and it's like the karma, it's almost like it melts away. It's like it's lifted off you, the weight of all the burdens of all the stuff. And if you can keep that consciousness in divine grace and keep that blessing, you become a blessing to other people. And you can live in that space of divine grace. And it's beautiful. And it's not any religion or any like belief. It's just an experience. And it's real. It's like divine grace is here showering on us at all times. We just have to tap into that grace, and then it moves through us.
What I'm hearing is that you have to work on yourself. You have to love yourself.
Right.
You loved yourself before you met Richard.
Yeah.
You loved yourself before you met Earthstar.
Yeah.
And you loved yourself before you, before you met Joleth. And, I think that's really the answer, is like really loving yourself, working on yourself, and then seeing what grace brings, and then being almost like not being desperate for it, but seeking union, or seeking, like what we say, oneness of all life, like seeking that, and then seeing if this gift is extended to you, because it is a gift. When I look at the two of you, it looks like a gift. It's really a gift. Not everyone has it. Not everyone
really
gets
is.
the same gift.
It really is like a grace, it's not something you can make happen. It really, it's just something.
You do have to work at. You do have to honor.
For me,
each
it was. I was on my own for about a year, and I decided that I wouldn't get involved in any relationships. I wouldn't put so much of a focus on that, because I think that. A lot of the time we're all focusing too much on the fact that we need to have a relationship, and we need another person to like make us not feel lonely or something, and we make a lot of compromises to accommodate that, maybe the wrong person.
Yeah, we both decided we would no longer compromise.
It's good to really come into yourself, and know yourself.
You have to feel full.
Yeah, full within yourself.
Yeah, right.
Have a real spiritual core, which I feel that I have, and that I had before, and then get on with life, and then it is a grace. It's a magic that happens when you meet someone and you do have that harmony. I mean, it does blow my mind every day. It really does,
It's really good. Your mind to be blown every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I can't believe this is happening, but it really is happening.
Why don't we talk a little bit about the company, and maybe you can get set up to dance.
Okay.
And basically.
Yes, just unhook the mic and.
Okay, so you have Enchantment Wear, and we're wearing it, some of it.
That's right.
And Earthstar's going to be wearing quite a bit of it when she dances. So how did that happen?
Well, actually, Earthstar began with the whole thing. She's been dyeing clothes and doing the butterflies for quite a few years before I met her, and. She was, she's quite famous for it.
Yeah.
And before we met, in fact.
She travels around the country.
She's done that. And then when we got together, it really, getting involved in it really brought out my artistic side and creative side, and it really started to rub off on me, and I just really got into it in a big way now, where it's actually. A real pleasure working every day doing it, and working together as well. We work together totally all the time. And,
it's really enchanting to use the word. It really is enchanting.
That's the idea. That's the idea of what we're trying to create is to put enchantment and beauty out there into the world. Like color and more of the magical realms. Which tend to be kind of put on the back burner by most people as being whimsical and not something,
I do have to ask you a question. When you saw Earthstar the first time, did you think she was an elf or a fairy? Does she not epitomize that incredible look of that kingdom?
She really does, yeah. The first time that we met, the first time I saw her, actually, I did think that she was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. But we didn't really meet until probably about a month later, and that was purely a magical, thing that happened by chance that we met again.
Wonderful.
But I really thought that a true fairy.
Yeah, that's what I see that in her, and the clothes really do depict that too. The colors.
So maybe are we ready to cue up the music in there? Is the music ready? All right, well, let's do some dancing.
All of
You know, it's amazing. Every week, I think that the guest that week is the most incredible guest we've had, and it's really. And then we have somebody else. And I don't know where all these talented people are coming from. Really, it's really been blowing my mind. I mean, we have singers and dancers, and I mean, we got a tremendous number of calls last week about the art of Ali and Abigail singing, and I'm sure we get a lot of calls this week about this show. It's really been incredible. So, wow.
Can we talk a little bit about the angel meetings and the? I think of you as a representative of the angels and the ascended masters, and maybe you could just, because that's how we met. I came to a meeting and there you were, and maybe you could just talk about your experience of working with them.
Well, I think I've always worked with them. I can't ever remember a time when I didn't feel that I was. But for the last 4 years, well, since 1991, November 1991, I've been getting together with a group of people that come together for the purpose of expanding their awareness, working with not only the human realm, but other realms, and raising their frequency, their vibration, and assisting the planet for healing and whatever needs to be done. And we call this the angel meeting. And we meet once a week, and we meditate together, and we focus our intention together, and we sing together, and we share joy together. It's a wonderful experience.
I've been told you was trying to do it every night. Is that? It was. I knew it was once a week, and then I heard from somebody that you were going to try to do it every night.
We tried to have a meditation every night for a while, but it was really difficult for us because we both worked and worked different hours and weren't able to really do that. But
I've only been able to consistently do it 2 days a week for a while. Any more than that
was really
a real stretch.
I did want to say at the angel meeting, the information that comes through from the angelic realms and the ascended masters and the beings of light is brought through by the energy of the people that are there. It's not brought through by any one particular person or by myself. It's the focus. It's the intention of people that come together to share love.
So in that sense, it's even one and one and one and one, and you know that the power just grows with each.
That's it. And so we never know what's going to happen exactly. You know, it's always very beautiful.
I think we have also the clip now, which is the vows of the wedding.
Right.
So we'll see. I think there's some beautiful statements and loving experiences. So is it ready to go?
Okay.
All right, let's see it then. It's really beautiful.
Dear and beloved Father, we stand before you with all of the love and the gratitude that our hearts can express for the honor that you have given unto us of coming together in a perfect union so that what will be created here shall be a marriage in the truest sense. My mate is for me the symbol of my love for all. Each time that I embrace my mate, a ripple of love will go out and resonate in the hearts of the one. I offer unto you the open expression of love and becoming. I choose to honor you all the days of our experience together. I choose to honor you in all dimensions and all time. I choose to experience love and life and light with you.
the open expression of love and becoming. I choose to honor you all the days of our experience together. I choose to honor you in all dimensions and in all times. I choose to experience love and life and light with you. We choose to nurture that ability within each other to love. We choose to make each moment of our life together a sacred moment. And so we join together in this sacred ceremony, and the two shall become one. A uniting of the physical bodies so that the creative force of our beautiful Mother, Father, God may be raised through these physical bodies into the most perfect expression. A uniting of the one heart, uniting on all levels, a perfect union. Ila Eliam Mashisim In. Amen.
Yeah, that's, and we have one more clip of the final I do's, and so the whole wedding was just an incredible experience with the singing and the dancing, and as everyone was saying, all the energies there, and it was really an incredible experience for me. Now, I wasn't right in the circle because I was outside with the cameras, but I mean, I could feel it. I mean, like the whole thing was like vibrating. I actually was surprised. I don't know what it looks like on the monitors coming out over the screen, but I mean, there was like a vibration, almost a palpable vibration going on. I mean, I don't.
Pulsing. Like
Yeah, pulsing.
Yeah. And the dog was even
The
part
dog
of
was
it.
excited. Yeah. Actually, that wasn't a dog. It was one of the people. No, it was not. Was it? Was it?
Are we ready with the next one? You ready with it?
Yes, we have a really short clip, but we figured we'd have you in the wedding too with us. Here it comes. All right.
In the holy presence of Father, Mother, God, in the company of angels and masters of light and wisdom and all healing, within the Christ light of our higher identities and within the umbrella of the I Am Presence that contains the wisdom and the love of all the masters and of our Creator, before the great masters who sit before this council of love, in this court of love, I now pronounce you wedded in sacred union.
Well, there's the blushing bride right with us. I thought we had kept that kiss a little longer. I did the editing on that. I thought we kept it a little longer. You guys must have cut it in there. I don't know what was it.
Like it was longer.
Now we have the kisses over here. We're kissing. The camera people are kissing. The audience is kissing. And we got quite a kissing going on here tonight.
Love is in the air.
Maybe we should kiss.
Well, that'll take some doing.
Every day is Valentine's Day.
It's the secret. That's the
So
secret.
next week we have Julianne Everett, and she is an international ascension teacher. She travels all over the world and teaches ascension, which is raising your energy or vibration into a higher rate so that you can bring your body as well as all of your subtle bodies into a higher dimension. And so those energies are pouring into the earth at this time, and she teaches us, and she probably run through some little exercises and how to increase the vibratory rate.
Any singers and dancers? Or?
I don't know.
No one's
Not
been
yet,
scheduled.
but we'll see.
So any singers and dancers out there who want to come on, we've got incredible talent. So
Maybe you'll
Yeah,
have to
give a
sing a
call.
song, Alan.
I sang once. That was the only negative calls we got about the show. Was when I sang a couple of bars. They asked,
That country tune.
what
Well,
was that?
maybe you'll sing opera next week.
I'll do opera next week.
Anyway.
So
God bless all of you. May the
And we just-
blessings be upon you, really.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming on the show. It was really exciting for us, and I got through almost the whole show without saying exciting. So thank you all.
you.
And good night, everybody.
Thank you, crew.
Good night. Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
God bless.